The Magician. We've got alchemical magic twice here. This is like protecting the purity of your energy, protecting your energy so that you stay a clear channel for spiritual energy to pass through and be made manifest in the material realm. I feel like this is about being aware of what tempts you, temptation, being aware of your hidden desires, your hidden cravings. So when this energy comes back around, don't be tempted. Be aware. Awareness breaks the illusion. Awareness shatters a contract. This energy is going to keep coming around. Ritual, an apology. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I don't know. There's definitely a choice. There's definitely a choice here. It could be a dream come true. Like a Hades and Persephone kind of love that's forbidden. Celestial guides are like, But I don't know, the choice is yours. The last card here is inner voice, inner guidance, listening for this energy, right? Communication from your higher self, 911, pay attention, new awareness available. Listening for communication from your guides. Trust your intuition, trust your feelings, trust what you feel, and then decide if you want to feel more of that or no. Just like let your feelings carry you moment to moment, following what you feel, following the good feelings, leaving the feelings that don't feel so good in the past. Maturity, blossoming from the inside out. Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Brianna and this is going to be another collective message. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm going to start with a couple of oracle cards and then we'll move into the tarot. Maybe. I might move around between different oracle decks before getting into the tarot just to kind of like build up a story and then the tarot will clarify. So my intention is to pull, today's Sunday, today's the day of the solar eclipse, so my intention is to pull energies surrounding the solar eclipse, spirit, anything we need to know collectively, any advice, guidance, things we need to be aware of in this energy. Thank you so much, Spirit. I'm trying to be mindful of the volume. I know that I just talk a little low, right? And the mic isn't the best, so the audio quality, it just seems kind of low sometimes. So I'm trying to be mindful of that. Bear with me, you guys. Spirit, what's the energy? What's going on in this energy? What do we need to be aware of? Show me. Purity. This is Virgo energy. We have the solar eclipse in Virgo. The heavenly one. Virgo is the virgin. Virgo is the virgin, but it mostly talks about like purifying the vessel, right? Virgo does the work. She sets up the routines and the daily practices, right? She does the daily work to purify herself, her energy, the things around her. Virgo talks about health, right? Being in optimal health, but not just, Virgo's an earth sign, so it's like the physical body, yes, but it's also like the home, the environment, the circles, the friendship circles. So this is what's going on in this energy, purifying for stability, purifying the heavenly one, the frequency, the energy. Number 11, it's giving like 4 of wands, this 11. So I'm feeling like purifying to reach a space, a frequency of energetic stability, right? With the Four of Wands, number 11, energetic stability. We also have sovereignty. I'm sorry, not sovereignty. This is protection. Protection, lower realm. Maybe this process of purification that we're going through is going to, I'm seeing like, place a shield of protection around our energy, our aura, around whatever this heavenly energy is, right? This divine energy. Protect it from snakes. I had like the most crazy realization this morning when I was on my walk. If it comes up, I'll talk about it, but yeah, protection from the snakes. Okay, so the overall energy is purity. Let's move on. Let's put this here. All right. What do we need to know from this deck, please? We've got the Self and the Destroyer. The Destroyer talks about like swift and precise action, right? Making a choice. It's like the King of Swords, making a choice based on like higher wisdom, something that you've learned, or some information that you collected in a period of ascension, right? Connection to your higher self, elevated awareness. So it's taking like divine wisdom and making a choice based on that is the Destroyer. And it's gonna like cut something off, destroy something. It creates endings and it reorients, like it triggers a new beginning, right? The process to get here, it's not a comfortable process, right? Because we have to be made aware, right? We have to pull back the layers. We have to go into the wound and be made aware of something. If you can see like those eyes, right? Being made aware of something in the shadows. And once we see it, once we realize what it is, putting our awareness on it and then using that awareness to make a choice, it creates an ending while simultaneously creating a new beginning. Purity, right? Purification, a process of purification. And then we have the Self here. The Self talks about being aware of all aspects, right? This is, I want to say 8th dimensional consciousness, all-knowing, or overview of all of the realms within yourself, right? Or every aspect of yourself. Becoming aware, knowing when and how to make these choices, these decisions. Witnessing, observing, and then making a choice, all seeing. We've got the Judge at the bottom of the deck. There's the choice, right action, without fear. Making a choice that's going to restore harmony and balance, right? Restore the balance, the purity, and being brave about it. This is the energy, guys. So I feel like leading up into this point, I feel like Spirit's been, or maybe your higher self has been trying to make you aware of something. It's going to be different for everyone, but I've been, I created a video and I shared it yesterday. I've been struggling with something, like it was something that was confusing me, right? And I was struggling with it up until yesterday. I feel like yesterday was like the end of it, the cutoff point, because I had seen so much of it, right? That I was able to make a clear choice. Who knows if that choice was, it felt right, but who knows, right? I guess we'll see. As time continues to unfold, I feel like it was the right choice. The choice felt liberating and uplifting, right? It felt like purity, but I guess we'll see. But I was saying that your higher self has probably, most likely, been trying to make you aware of something, wanted you to see something in the shadow so that you could destroy it, make a choice. Swift and precise action. We've got the sword cut through, severing some sort of cord. A choice that severs a cord, a breakthrough. Let's do a couple more. A couple more. Okay, we have the gem and the orphan. I want to get more on this orphan energy. Maybe this orphan energy, being alone, being uncertain, right? Not knowing what's going to happen. Orphan is kind of given sovereignty, like freedom, liberation. Maybe it's scary, but maybe that is the gem. That was the hidden treasure. The inner gem. We'll see. We've got the medallion here. The medallion talks about traditions, ancient traditions, traditions that were passed down to you, or just something, right? Something that was passed down to you, a sacred heirloom, generational. Maybe it was this orphan energy, betrayal, feeling betrayed by people closest to you, ancient traditions, or feeling abandoned by people close to you. Let's see. Okay, tell me, can we start with the orphan? What's the orphan? We've got declare, to make something known. Maybe this is something that you were being made aware of. This orphan energy. Yeah. Tell me more about the orphan. We've got the law of oneness. Everything in the universe is an extension of source. Everything in the universe is an extension of source. This is giving like Akashic library, which is also giving like this medallion energy. Everything in the universe is an extension of source. Leo, the will to be the authentic self. Finding your true self and leading with it. Finding your true self and leading with it. So this is like going into the wound, right? The orphan wound, the wound of betrayal, the wound of abandonment, and finding your true self in that energy. Or I saw a few cards at the bottom of the deck, this deck. It was the Alchemist, Manifest, and Soul Integration. So these cards are giving me becoming aware of something within an orphan wound, alchemizing that energy, alchemizing it. The alchemy is the awareness, right? Once you put your awareness on it, once you're aware of what's going on, it can't hide from you anymore. That snaky energy. The snaky energy can't hide from you anymore once you see it. And then you make a choice. You say no more. What I discovered, the epiphany that I had a little bit earlier today was about this wound, right? This orphan wound. It's like a deep, deep, deep betrayal that goes way back. Ancient. It's ancient. It goes way back. Way, way, way back. And all of this information didn't suddenly come to me today. I have been past life regressing, unaware that I was doing that, just past life regressing over the span of like the last few months, like just gathering like pieces of information about my past. I'm not sure how far back this orphan wound goes, but I'm pretty sure that like if I were to dig into it, then I would be able to see or find the root cause of it. But I went back far enough, way, way, way back, and I found this. I feel like it was a significant betrayal that caused like a deep wound. And I have been carrying this wound from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime. And because I had been opened up in this way, right? Cut so deeply in this way, it opened me up to shitty contracts, right? Contracts where I had to learn through betrayal, tough lessons, hard lessons, being betrayed by those closest to me, right? So, what was I saying about that? I was saying that this energy, this orphan energy, there's an attachment, right? It wasn't a person. It was an energy, an entity attached to this wound. And this energy, this entity would go from like snake through the people around me, like manipulating their shadow in ways that triggered this orphan energy within me, right? And the trigger is the attachment. That's the source, the channel that this snaky energy, this snaky entity was able to stay attached to me. And at first there were some contracts that were very obvious, right? some people around that were they weren't covert with their like manipulation and abuse. It was very obvious. And those people, I was clearly able to say, you know what, this isn't for me. I'm gonna detach from this and go a different way. But then it's like the more aware that I became, the more subtle this snaky energy became. So it went from like very obvious methods of abuse, manipulation, and betrayal in some people, and then it went from it like funneled to being very like fine. So maybe there was a person around me that wasn't like obviously or intentionally abusive. The abuse got very like subtle, and it would be like just like every now and then like a stab in the back, or every now and then like a trigger, right? That didn't feel good, but it was like a blow, like a punch to the gut. So the work that I've been doing is becoming aware of the subtleties. I think this energy came out in like maybe a reading or two back. Like, pay attention to the subtle details, pay attention to the subtle snakes. So this orphan wound, there was an energy, ancient, been following me around for lifetimes, attached to this orphan wound, and then just using or manipulating the shadows, the subconscious energies, the wounds, the traumas in other people, and those people would, you know, trigger this wound within me. So this is the work that I've been doing. I had to become aware of this energy hidden in the shadows, become aware, alchemize, make a choice, right? Make a choice, and that choice feels pure, right? Purity, number 11, that choice purified my frequency or purified my energy. It's like this destroyer energy, destroying something, a cord, an emotional cord. I'm not sure if it's completely destroyed. I'm pretty sure that this energy will try to come back around, show up in different people, but it's up to me to have these boundaries, right? It's up to me to be aware of the feeling that this energy, this entity tries to trigger within me, even if the people triggering the energy are unaware, right? And then make a choice from there. It's not just one choice, it's going to be, I might have to make this choice over and over again, but there was some sort of soul integration. I feel like that's what's going on today with the solar eclipse. It's the sun in Virgo. The sun represents the integrated personality, or revelation, illumination. Revelation, illumination of the integrated personality, all of your integrated lessons, and the results of that, the manifestation of some sort of soul integration. Okay. Tell me about the gem. The gem is alignment, perfect harmony. Alignment, perfect harmony. Your thoughts, words, and actions are a reflection of your core essence, and as a result, you are in perfect alignment to achieve a desired outcome. Your thoughts, words, and actions are a reflection of your core essence. Tell me about the self. Heartache, mental anguish, yeah. This is why we had to go within to rediscover. We've got warfare. Warfare on the heart chakra. Yeah, that's what it was. Because I feel like it's like keeping the heart chakra weak and wounded, right? Because the heart chakra is a great source of power. We can manifest through the crown chakra, right? But when we manifest through the heart chakra, because the heart is the compass for the soul, right? So when we infuse our manifestations with love, I feel like the desires of our soul, then that energy, it's more potent, right? So that's why I don't want to say they want to keep our heart chakra wounded, but heart chakra wounding, heartache, has been a blockage to alignment, aligning with our core essence, our authenticity. Warfare on the heart chakra, this is what we had to go in and discover, or this is the work, right? To find our authenticity. I am our true self, our core essence, without all of the attachments, right? How do we show up when there's no wounding attached, or when we're not being siphoned or drained? Tell me about the destroyer. Rank is status and authority, spiritual authority. So maybe doing this work, I want to say level up. It's like a new beginning, but starting over at a higher level, from a different level. Maybe new, more purified energies to work with, to manifest with, to create with. Or maybe there's a more purified frequency for the universe to interact with and respond to. There's been some sort of elevation here. Rank is also giving like emperor energy. Taking the reins, using your status and authority, your spiritual sovereignty to make this choice. Like I said no more. This energy tried to come back to me in a dream last night. Came back to me in a dream last night, and I immediately woke up like, no, I said no. The craziest thing is that it's coming to me in a dream, embodied as another person, right? Someone else. So this other person shows up in the dream. This other person is the orphan too, wounded, but this other person is, I feel like this other person is actively in this energy, because every time their energy comes around, it's like 5 of Cups, disappointment, sorrow, sadness, like deep sadness. So this person showed up to me in a dream last night, just like so sad and so afraid. And I'm sorry. I feel like that's another way, that's another like entry point, because I feel like once you've met yourself at a higher level, or you've integrated soul integration, once you've integrated enough aspects of your higher self, then you start to see these other aspects of potential within other people. Like, you start to see their higher selves, and you know that they can, you see their potential, right? So me as an empath, I get like so like wanting to save, wanting to like help. I feel like that's why this energy was coming to me, like his inner child was coming to me, like so sad and afraid. But maybe there's a way for me to figure out how to do this work without becoming so entangled and enmeshed in other people's energies, because I have my own orphan wounds, right? So it's very easy for me to like slip and get dragged down into the sadness, even if the sadness isn't mine, right? Tangled into someone else's sadness. I feel like, yeah. We've got the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is like the Lord of established peace. It's blocking out whatever it is, right? Shadow energies and choosing inner peace or protecting your inner peace. We've also got the Seven of Swords. I'm sorry, the Seven of Wands here. Again, standing your ground. I said no. I said no. The Magician. We've got alchemical magic twice here. This is like protecting the purity of your energy, right? Protecting the purity of your mind with the swords here, your heart with the cups, your spirit, your spiritual energy, yourself. Protecting your energy so that you stay a clear channel for this soul integration, right? Activation, soul integration. The Magician is a pure channel, right? You see he's got that white on, the white of purity. He's a pure channel for spiritual energy to pass through and be made manifest in the material realm. But the channel's got to stay pure for alignment, right? Perfect harmony. Let's do one more. What about this orphan energy? The Lovers. And then the Three of Swords. Yeah. Trauma bonds. Connections that wound. Lessons in love. Making a choice. Making a choice that brings you closer to true love, true connection. The Lovers talks about the purification of parts, right? It talks about the feminine energies and the masculine energies. These could be energies within ourselves, or this could be like counterpart energies, but they learn separately on their own. They go through their lessons on their own. They ascend on their own, and then once they've reached a level of ascension or a level of purity where both vessels are pure, then they come together in holy matrimony, right? It's the Empress and the Emperor, or the purified Empress, the purified Emperor, coming together in holy matrimony for divine union. So this could be like you saying no to trauma bonds, right? Saying no to traumatic, chaotic, betraying connections. Making that choice destroys an old timeline, or it clears out an old cycle, right? And then you're able to ascend into these higher dimensional connections. Or this could even be you coming together with yourself, right? This could be like soul integration, feminine energy, spiritual energy, being expressed in masculine energy outwardly or materially. That's more of this energy here, the magician energy. Feminine energy, which is spiritual energy, being expressed in the material realm outwardly. Masculine energy. So this could be you integrating with higher dimensions of yourself, aligning with higher dimensions of yourself, coming together, collaborating, coming together in union with yourself, right? Soul integration for deeper manifestation. Maybe not deeper, higher, or maybe just more spiritually aligned. Completion, the world. Yeah, you did it. I feel like this choice that you've made, if you haven't made this choice yet, then make a choice. Choose yourself. Choose life. Here comes the interference. I see you. I see you. Okay, no for that deck. Let's do this one here. Anything from this deck? I kind of like this angle. You get to see all of the cards, everything. Man, number 28, masculine energy. What's that? Heart. Okay, what else? Man, heart. We're gonna need more. Who's the man? Who's the man? Ring, promise. Anchor, hope. Deep thoughts, letter. This energy feels, it doesn't feel good. It feels like deja vu. I don't know if I want to read into this energy. Tell me more. Yeah, I don't want to read into this energy. It feels like past energy. I'm not going there. Someone trying to butt into the reading. So we're going to put that energy back. We've got rider. Rider is like incoming. We've got long road, a new journey, a new path. Letter, communication. Cat. Cat is the divine feminine, and then we have murky thoughts. Brief illness. Scythe, military move. There might be someone who wants to come in. Someone who wants to come in and communicate something to a feminine energy, but this feminine energy is murky thoughts. Okay, what does this writer want? What does the writer want? We've got ritual. Practice regularly until results are formed, integrated, manifested. A ritual. Okay, so if you said no to something, right? What the fuck? If you said no to something, seven of wands. If you've said no to something recently, I feel like this energy might just keep coming back around, right? Ritual until the results are integrated, manifested. We've got already set in motion. We'll move forward when it's time. What if I just keep saying no? Tell me about the long road. Big trouble. Big trouble is like tower. Release expectations, let it flow. Solid foundation settling down. We have no at the bottom of the deck. What's the solid foundation? Ship, journey. There's a new journey. We've got cosmic law, the high priest. The high priest is giving, it's already written, this target, this destination. We've got the bullseye and the high priest. It's already written, this target, this destination. What is it? This long road, this journey. Release expectations, let it flow. Solid foundation settling down. Butterfly, transcendence, transformation. Transformation of the shadows. Transformation of the shadow. Clear-headed, mental clarity. Can I have one more for the long road? What exactly? Let's get more specific. What exactly is it? Awakening. It's an awakening. New awareness. It's going to create some sort of change. Karmic adjustment. We've got the celestial guides here. Home base. I feel like this could be a positive thing, right? I just don't know what it is. Into the unknown. Okay. Tell me about the letter. I'm gonna try to do these cards too. So many. Tell me about the letter. There's that telepathic communication. Telepathic communication. This could be you communicating with someone else or the universe communicating with you. We did see celestial guides. These could be your guides communicating with you. Telepathic communication, trying to get some information to you. We've got this problem will resolve itself. Bide your time. This problem will resolve itself. And then we've got incoming. Telepathic communication. Maybe it's going to be like a solution to a problem that you're having. A solution to a problem. Incoming. An awakening. New insight. Insight that's going to transform you, transform your journey, your path. Tell me about this telepathic communication. We've got dissension. Dissension came out in the last reading. It's like grounding something in. Telepathic communication could be this letter, this communication from your higher self or your guides. Your home team, your home base. Dissension talks about what goes up must come down, right? It's descending back into the physical body. The magician, descending, going up, ascending, retrieving information, right? New awareness, awakening, retrieving information, and then descending back down into the material realm. Maybe that's that lover's energy, right? Ascending to gain spiritual insight with the Empress here, and then descending to integrate, implement that insight. It's like okay, so maybe this energy is coming back around, right? Ritual, it'll keep coming back around until the results are fully integrated, right? Grounded in the material realm. Homeostasis, I did see the homeostasis card, so it's like, because I could already feel myself getting a bit irritated, like, how dare you? But it's all a part of the game, right? The energy is going to keep coming back around. It's going to keep trying until this aspect of your higher self, this new awareness, this soul level, this soul wisdom is integrated until the lesson is integrated, right? Fully integrated. I feel comfortable with that. Anything else we need to know about this telepathic communication? We've got desire, craving. It kind of came out in the reverse. This is like temptation. I'm getting devil energy with that. And we've got ball and chain. Ball and chain, held in place, secured, escape prevented, prison. Oh, this energy. You go first, I'll follow. This energy is following. It wants to be held in place. It's gonna try. You got me fucked up. Temptation. Let's see what we can get with temptation. Let's use this deck. What's the temptation? I'm going to use a couple of decks to see about desire craving. We've got the Ace of Swords and the Hanged Man. The Ace of Swords is like a breakthrough in mental clarity. The Ace of Swords is giving this energy awakening, new awareness. And the Hanged Man is giving like pause to integrate, pause to reflect. What is the desire craving? Beyond the Veil, the High Priestess. This is talks about being very comfortable with your subconscious energies, right? The High Priestess is the queen of her subconscious. She's aware of her shadows, her demons, right? But she's Khaleesi, right? She's got her dragons on a leash. She can also see into other people's shadow energies. She can see other people's demons. I feel like this is about being aware, being self-aware, being aware of what tempts you, temptation, being aware of your hidden desires, your hidden cravings. Disenchanted, a shattered illusion. So when this energy comes back around, don't be tempted. Be aware. Awareness breaks the illusion. Awareness shatters a contract. And then you emerge as the Queen of Fire, right? The queen of your own energy. Awareness shatters the illusion and breaks the contract. This energy is going to keep coming around. Ritual. Practice regularly until results are formed. Where were we? Okay, tell me about the cat. Whoa. We've got tangled, caught up, wrapped up, bound. And then we got 911, 911. Pay attention, new awareness available, align, powerful spiritual enlightenment, the divine is present, message of guidance. I feel like this is a pretty significant message about maybe being, hold on. A pretty significant message about, I feel like it's untangling yourself from an entity attachment or some ancient energy that is seeking to attach or reattach to a wound. Murky thoughts is confusion. In my reading yesterday, I was so confused. Or the reading that I posted yesterday, there was lots of confusion, but towards the end of the reading, I felt like the confusion had cleared. Tell me about tangled. 911 is like pay attention, emergency. New awareness is available. Don't feel like you have to give into an energy that doesn't feel good. Well, I miss you. I miss you. We've got fear of the unknown, and then we've got night. Love, romance, and communication. This card came out yesterday. Now this energy is saying I miss you. It's kind of cringy. It's really cringy. apology. I'm sorry, forgive me. See that? Maybe that's causing the confusion. This energy, and once we know, right? We've been talking about it. I don't feel like this doesn't have to be in the physical, right? Nobody has to come up to you and physically say, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. It could be energetic. And it happens when these energies just come back in. They just come back into your field to test, to see if you'll give in, right? Ritual. And that coming back around is like the apology. It's subtle. It's very subtle. You might start thinking about this person a lot, and then eventually be like, okay, let's try it again. Let's go another round. Anything else with this apology energy? We've got dream come true. Saw some other cards. We've got Hades at the bottom of the deck, power and protection, goddess, forbidden love, energetic bully. These three cards came out in the reading yesterday. Maybe I didn't do a good job shuffling them, but I feel like they're here again for a reason. Hades, Persephone, forbidden love. And we've got energetic bully. Energetic bully is this card here, this ritual. Like, how dare you keep coming around? Coffee. This is the temptation. The story of Hades and Persephone, like the esoteric story. I know there are a lot of stories that says like Hades just kind of like snatched Persephone up, but the story about that, or the version of the story that I like is, it talks about Persephone. She's the goddess of springtime. She creates life, right? She makes the flowers bloom. She's the goddess of springtime. She's the goddess of rebirth. She might even be the empress, or the empress may have been like depicted after her archetype, but she makes things grow. And she lived in this, I want to say meadow, right? And she would just like do her thing, make all the flowers bloom, yada yada yada, but she spent all of her time in this meadow. Her mother was the goddess of the harvest, right? So her mother made sure that Persephone was like isolated, kept safe. Her mother wanted to protect her, so she had these like I want to say guards, not guards, just like babysitters, nymphs watching after her to make sure that she never left that meadow, that spring. And Persephone, she loved her job, right? She loved the work that she did, but she wanted more. No one would want to be like confined to any space for their entire lives. So she wanted more. And Hades would watch her. He watched her so much that he actually fell in love with her. And one day he showed up to her her spring. He showed up in a bunch of chaos. He like created a big gaping hole from the underworld up to where she was, and he came out of the hole, and he was like, or the portal, he came out of the portal, and he was like, he offered his hand. He said, I can offer you something different. It's going to be completely different from what you're used to, but you know, if you were with it, then we could experience something new together. And she was hesitant, but eventually she took his hand. She made the choice and said yes. And then he took her into the underworld, and she became the goddess of the underworld, or the queen of the underworld. It was completely different from the life that she had been living, but there was a lot of forbidden love. There was a lot of opposition, disapproval, challenges because of who she was and who he was. But eventually she decided to, you know, spend 6 months in the underworld and 6 months in the middle realm so that she could continue her work as the goddess of spring and yeah, visit with her mother and stuff like that. But I said all that because we have dream come true here. An apology, I'm sorry, please forgive me. I don't know, there's definitely a choice. There's definitely a choice here. It could be a dream come true. Like a Hades and Persephone kind of love that's forbidden. Celestial guides are like, But I don't know, the choice is yours. Let's get some advice. What's the advice for the collective? Abundance turning in. Abundance turning in. I feel like this is saying that the wealth is inside. The true abundance is within. The magician talks about as within, so without, right? As above, so below. I feel like this is like keeping your internal energies pure. Keeping your internal energies pure. She's got her eyes closed to the shadows, right? And her frequency, the aura around her, it's light, it's not dark. The energies around her are dark, but her energy is pure. So this is like keeping your energies pure, free of confusion, so that this abundance can find you. So that the abundance can find you. It's like turning on a radio signal, right? Or clicking to the right station so that the energies can find you and then be manifested through you. As within, so without. The last card here is inner voice, inner guidance, higher self, divine wisdom, listening for this energy, right? Communication from your higher self, 911, pay attention, new awareness available, listening for communication from your guides. Trust your intuition, trust your feelings, trust what you feel, and then decide if you want to feel more of that or no. Just like let your feelings carry you moment to moment, following what you feel, following the good feelings, leaving the feelings that don't feel so good in the past. Maturity, blossoming from the inside out. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there, guys. I hope you found some clarity within this message, if not at least some entertainment, right? Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you guys again so much for being here, and I'll see you on the next one.